This is KGW News at noon.
The National Women's Soccer League is calling off all matches this weekend, including the Thorns home game tomorrow. Hello, everyone. I'm Brenda Braxton. Portland and other teams are responding to allegations that a former coach coerced some players into having sex with him. The Athletic published an investigation into Paul Riley. He became head coach of the Thorns in 2013. The article spoke to players he coached as far back as 2010. They accused him of coercing them into having sex. They also accused him of heavy drinking and verbal abuse. Those players include Sinead Farley and Mana Shim. In 2015, Shim filed a complaint with the Thorns about Riley's behavior. Owner Merritt Paulson said the team investigated and did not renew Riley's contract. Meanwhile, Riley's current team, the North Carolina Courage, announced they fired him. U.S. Soccer also suspended his coaching license. Riley has denied most of the allegations, but he did admit to occasionally drinking with players. In a statement today, League Commissioner Lisa Baird acknowledged how players and staff are feeling this week, calling it traumatic. She also said, quote, "I take full responsibility for the role I have played. I am so sorry for the pain so many are feeling." Baird went on to say that trauma is why the league decided not to take the field this weekend. She said the break will give everyone some space to reflect, adding, "Our league has a great deal of healing to do, and our players deserve so much better." Well, Portland is getting close to the all-time record for deadly shootings in a year. The latest happened this morning in southeast Portland on 128th Avenue in the Mill Park neighborhood. This is video from that area. Police say a man was shot and killed around 6 o'clock this morning. The suspect or suspects left before officers arrived. This is the 68th homicide this year. The record is 70, set back in 1987. Well, another shooting in Portland happened just yards from a Montessori school. KGW's Mike Benner spoke with the school's director, who says more police need to patrol that neighborhood.
Ark-and-Seal Montessori French Immersion School opened its location near North Portland's Dawson Park in May of 2020. Director Danielle Herman was ecstatic about the possibilities.
There's some really beautiful aspects to what's going on in this community outside of these little pockets that are really unsettling and terrifying.
Herman points to what happened as kids were arriving at school Thursday morning. Gunfire near North Williams and Graham, just 2 blocks over from the school.
Memory is not the best, but it sounded like at least 10 just really quick, like, and then nothing, and then a car speeding off.
This shooting is just one of more than 900 shootings in Portland this year. But it stands out to Herman, who watched as one dad in particular rushed inside the school with his son in his arms.
Seeing another parent with that fear in their eyes is difficult to process.
And perhaps that's because Herman is not only the director of the school, but also parent to 2 kids who go there. She has since called police to request extra patrols throughout the day. We too reached out to see if that's possible.
There isn't a lot of extra time to do that extra patrol. Sometimes the best we can do is just say, we'll try to drive through a little more often. But as you know, just a police car driving through a neighborhood is not going to fix the problem.
Maybe not, but it would go a long way if you ask Danielle Herman, who's tasked with keeping safe more than 36 kids and staff at Ark-and-Seal School.
I don't know what this was regarding, or if there's retaliation, or I don't know how any of that works. And I don't want to make assumptions based on TV. So I'm just going to keep everybody inside for the rest of this week.
Authorities confirmed to us officers did respond to the shots fired call on North Williams. They did not find evidence of gunfire, but that's not necessarily unusual, seeing as not all guns leave behind shell casings. If you have any information about the shooting, or any shooting for that matter, you're urged to contact the Portland Police Bureau. And remember, you can do so anonymously. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.
Portland police say they've already seized 900 guns so far this year, which is more than they confiscated in all of 2020. In the last 2 days, PPB seized 11 guns during separate incidents. That sounds like a lot, but officers say that number within that time frame is not unusual. And now to the fallout over COVID shots. Legacy has placed some hospital employees on leave today because they didn't get vaccinated. Under Governor Brown's mandate, all healthcare workers must get vaccinated by October 18th. But hospital systems like Legacy have their own timelines. It denied hundreds of requests for religious exemptions. Blanket rejections is how the Oregon Nurses Association described them, but Legacy said a special panel reviewed each and every request.
I'm actually saying that that is not true. What we actually did do is we looked at every individual case. And it may have felt that that was a blanket denial because we did have to notify a lot of individuals that they did not receive those exemptions. But it was all out of our commitment to patient safety and wanting to make sure that our employees had time to make an informed decision to get vaccinated.
Many Legacy employees told us they are fully prepared to quit rather than get the COVID vaccine. Well, a big event is coming up this weekend. The Portland Marathon is back after COVID canceled it last year. 4,000 runners are expected to participate. So, Rob, that is happening on Sunday. How's the race time weather forecast?
Fantastic. So, again, the race starts at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. Basically crosses the bridges and goes on both sides of downtown Portland over to the east side. And it will be all dry, partly cloudy skies expected. I suppose it's at least possible we would have some morning clouds or fog, but I really think that it won't be solid like it was this morning. 9 a.m. temperature race time, it will be on the cool side. I think it could still be about 49 degrees. And then the race, of course, goes on throughout the day. The afternoon high at around 4 p.m. will be 73. So that's pretty good, right? Not much of any wind, calm conditions. At noon, we're just starting to see the clouds break up in some areas. This is up north, Lewis River Golf Course. Up in Woodland, got some guys on the 18th tee and some people on the first tee. Still overcast out in Washington County. Here's the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club in Loa, but plenty of people out playing golf there as well. 60 degrees is the temperature. Then if you bounce out into the gorge, it's been a beautiful morning. And here at noon, it is sunny in Hood River. This is Cathedral Ridge Winery. You can just see snow-peaked Mount Adams sticking its head up right there. So, assuming we get the sunshine thing going, we could hit 70 this afternoon.